Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Thungal online classes. We are discussing the concept of aldehydes, ketones, and carboxylic acid. Under that, in the last class, we have stopped the class at by the completion of methods of preparation of carboxylic acid. In this class, we are going to discuss about the properties of carboxylic acid. Under that, we will see different type of physical and chemical properties of carboxylic acids. Let us start the class with the physical properties of carboxylic acids. Okay, physical properties of carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids, as usual, we will discuss under the physical properties, physical state, boiling point, solubility, okay, etc. has been discussed. Okay, right. First of all, we will talk about the physical state. If you are talking about the physical state, okay, carboxylic acids up to 9 carbons are colorless liquids at room temperature, okay, and they have unpleasant odor. This is about the odor, right? If you are talking about the higher members are wax-like solids, and practically they are odorless. Due to, okay, low volatile or less volatile nature. Practically they are non-volatile. What is the reason for getting the smell or odor? If they are volatile enough, they are able to condense into vapors. Because of the vapor, they will spread the smell. Okay, this is about the physical state of carboxylic acids. Under this, what is carboxylic acids up to 9 carbons are generally colorless liquids with an unpleasant smell, whereas higher members are wax-like solids, which are practically odorless due to their low volatility. Right. If you are talking about the second, that is boiling point. Okay. The boiling points of carboxylic acids are higher than aldehydes, ketones, and alcohols of comparable molecular masses due to extensive hydrogen bonding. What is the reason for this? Due to extensive hydrogen bonding. Okay, right. Because of the hydrogen bonding, even in the vapor state, they exist as dimers. What is mean by dimer? Due to hydrogen bond. Okay, if two molecules are combined to, okay, if two molecules are getting this is we call dimer. Even in gaseous state also they will have dimer state, right? Basically, their boiling points are higher than the comparable molecular masses of aldehydes, ketones, and even alcohols. Okay, even though alcohols are having what they are having, they have hydrogen bonding. Okay, even after the hydrogen bonding, okay, they found to be having a higher boiling points of carboxylic acid due to the extensive hydrogen bond. What is the reason for it? Extensive hydrogen bonding it is, right? If you are talking about the next point, it is called solubility. Solubility. If you are talking about the solubility, okay, carboxylic acids, okay, carboxylic acids up to 4 carbons, are soluble in water, due to what is the reason this? Due to hydrogen bonding, right? What is the way of forming hydrogen bonding? If you take this as water, right, it will form the hydrogen bonding in such a way. Okay, like this, it will form hydrogen bonding, okay, with the water. But higher members are insoluble. Okay, because as the molecular mass increases or number of carbons increases, as the molecular mass increases, the hydrophobic region or hydrophobic region increases, right, and solubility decreases. Water heating nature increases and solubility decreases. Right? Okay, even benzoic acid also insoluble in water, right? But they are soluble in low polar organic solvents, such as benzene, chloroform, etc. Okay, this is about the physical properties of some of the important physical properties of carboxylic acids. Under this, the important thing is that what is the trend of the boiling point trend as well as the solubility is a bit of important, because among the organic compounds, these carboxylic acids are found to be having highest boiling point when you compare with the comparable molecular masses of aldehydes, ketones, even with alcohols and phenols, due to the extensive hydrogen bonding. Okay, hope it is clear so far. Now we will discuss about the chemical properties. Chemical properties of carboxylic acids. Right? Now, under the chemical properties, the main reactions that we are going to discuss under this is that carboxylic acids undergoes following reactions. The reactions of carboxylic acids can be classified into following types. Right? The first one you can say here, reactions due to cleavage of or breakage of OH bond. Second one is called reactions due to cleavage of CO bond, and reactions involving carboxylic group, that is they involve the entire COOH group, right? And the fourth category we can say reactions due to substitution reaction. We can say substitution reactions in the hydrocarbon part of carboxylic acid. Okay, the reactions of carboxylic acids are broadly classified into 4 types based on the nature of bond breakage or based on the group that is taking part in the chemical change. So these are being classified into 4 types. The first type is called as reactions due to the breakage of, okay, basically you know that here this is the general representation of a carboxylic group. Here it may participate while undergoing chemical change. This bond may be broken. Okay, if this bond gets broken, it comes under the first category. If this bond gets broken, this comes under the second category. Okay, if entirely this particular region is getting involved in the, if the entire group is getting affected, this comes under the third type, where reactions due to the carboxylic group. And it may also have reactions due to this hydrocarbon part. This comes under fourth group. Okay, based on the part or based on the bond that is getting broken during the chemical change, or the part which is going to take part in the chemical change, the classification is made. Okay, if this particularly the bond between hydrogen and oxygen is broken, that comes under reactions due to the cleavage of OH bond. If the bond between carbon and single bonded oxygen gets broken, this is be called reaction due to the cleavage of CO bond. And if entirely the participation of carboxylic groups takes place, then we will call it as a reactions due to the carboxylic group. Sometimes hydrogen of the hydrocarbon may be replaced, so we call them as substitution reactions in the hydrocarbon part of the carboxylic acids. We'll discuss one by one. The first one, we'll start the discussion with the first one. What is that? Reactions due to cleavage of CO bond, OH bond, right? Basically what happens here, which bond is going to be, okay, particularly this bond is going to be broken, okay, OH bond, right? Since there is an electronegativity difference, this is partially negative and this is partially positive. If this bond gets broken, what happens? You will get a carboxylate ion, H plus ion, right? Now basically for this example we can give hydrogen of hydroxyl group of carboxylic group is replaced by active metals like sodium, potassium, calcium, etc. Okay, similar to what it is? Similar to alcohols. Okay, the same type of reaction is observed in case of alcohols. Okay, it can also be replaced by bases such as NaOH, okay, and weak bases, even by weak bases such as sodium hydrogen carbonate, or we can also say sodium carbonate, right? Now suppose if you are treating carboxylic acid, take 2 moles of carboxylic acid. If you are treating with sodium, right, what happens here? Take 2 moles of sodium, the hydrogen will get replaces. Now the bond between the oxygen and hydrogen is being broken, and so this type of reactions comes under the category of the reactions that are undergoing the cleavage due to the OH bond, along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. What they liberate? They liberate hydrogen gas. Okay, upward arrow mark indicates the liberation of gas. Suppose if you are treating this with, okay, right? If you are treating this with the sodium hydroxide, here also the same thing you will get. This is we called sodium carboxylate. What do you call it as? Sodium carboxylate you call it as. Sodium carboxylate you call. Here also the same thing you will get. Here also you will get the sodium carboxylate, but along with the formation of water you will get here. Water you will get here. Suppose if you are treating with this sodium hydrogen carbonate, if you are treating with this sodium hydrogen or sodium bicarbonate, okay, right, it will form corresponding sodium carboxylate plus H2O plus, it will also liberate carbon dioxide gas. Okay, this type of reaction, okay, this type of reaction is similar to what? This is similar to, this type of reaction is also given by alcohols, but this type of reactions are not given by alcohols, but they can be given by phenols. But this reaction does not given, it is only given by carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids, okay. So since it is a strong acid, even it will be able to react with the weak bases. But if you compare the acidity of phenols and alcohols, they are weaker acids than the carboxylic acid, so that they are unable to react with the sodium hydrogen carbonate. This is a very weak base. They are even able to react with the weak base, such as what is this? This is called sodium hydrogen carbonate. So because of that reason, this particular reaction can be used to identify the carboxylic acid, or it is also used to distinguish the carboxylic acid from the alcohols and phenols. Okay, especially if you want to distinguish carboxylic acids from phenols, you just treat it with the sodium hydrogen carbonate. If it liberates carbon dioxide gas, that indicates the presence of carboxylic acid. If there is no liberation of carboxylic acid, that indicates either presence of phenol or alcohol, we may conclude. Okay, hope it is clear so far. Right. Now basically what happens during these reactions? What happens? Carboxylic acids undergo dissociation in water to form carboxylate ion due to OH bond cleavage. Okay, for example, if you are placing carboxylic acids in water, basically what happens, because they are acidic in nature, okay, in all these reactions, one thing you should understand, that what is that, okay, this bond is getting broken. Because of this bond breaking, what happens, that liberating H plus. Anything which liberates H plus will be considered as acid. So because of that reason, because of the OH bond cleavage, carboxylic acids are found to be acidic in nature. All these reactions can be considered as reactions due to the acidic nature of carboxylic acids. So they will form hydronium ion, along with what it is, they form carboxylate ion. What is this? This is we call carboxylate ion we call it as. So this will be stabilized by resonance. What is the way of stabilization here? It will be gets stabilized by resonance. Okay, so we will write an hybrid of resonating structure in this manner. This is the resonance hybrid structure. Okay, right, these two are what? Resonating structures of carboxylate ion. This is resonance hybrid, we call it as resonance hybrid. We call these two are actually equivalent, or we call it as equivalent resonating structures. There is no difference between these two structures. These are one another same. So such type of resonating structures are considered as equivalent resonating structure. Because of the resonating structure, this particular carboxylate ion is more stable when you compare with the carboxylic group. So readily it liberates an H plus and gets converted into carboxylate ion. So because of that reason, they are found to be acidic, and due to the equivalent resonating structures, they are even more acidic than comparable phenols and alcohols. right? Now, if you write an equilibrium constant for this, equilibrium constant is basically written as a product of concentration of products of one, product of concentration of reactant. So, what are the products here? Carboxylate ion, and what is this? Hydronium ion, and upon what is this? Carboxylic acid, concentration of carboxylic acid and water. Okay, right. So here, if you this concentration of water will be taken excess, which can be replaced in such manner. You can also write in this manner it is. This is, you might have already studied in concept of alcohols and phenol, how to write the expression of this. Okay, since it is a constant and it is also a constant. Okay, so we will use a new constant K, which is equal to, okay, product of concentration of carboxylate ion and hydronium ion, okay, upon what is this? Carboxylic acid it is. Okay, here basically what is K equilibrium? This is equilibrium constant, constant. And what is K here? K is acid dissociation constant. What we call it as? Acid dissociation constant we call it as. Basically the acidic strength, this K indicates, okay, acidic strength or acidity, acidic strength of carboxylic acid, okay. For the conveniency, the acidity is expressed in pKa values. What is pKa? pK is nothing but it is a negative log of Ka. Okay, so basically for the convenience, if you express the acidic strength in Ka values, that will be in 10 power some negative, okay, 10 to the power, you have to take some negative power of the 10. That will not be convenient method to express, because of for the conveniency of expression we take the acidic strength or acidity in pKa values, which is pK is nothing but which is we call as a negative log of K, right? Now here basically the acidity or acidic strength or acidity of carboxylic acids is, okay, basically directly proportional to K, and it will be inversely proportional to pK. Basically we express it in pK values. Okay, that means what? Greater the pKa value, okay, weaker is the acid, or we can, if smaller the pK value, okay, stronger is the acid. That means acidic strength is basically expressed in terms of pKa values, and the acidic strength of carboxylic acid or any acid will be generally inversely proportional to the pK. Okay, acids with a smaller pKa value are found to be having they are considered to be having strong acids, and acids with a higher pKa value are generally considered as weak acids. We will see the criteria of it. Hope it is clear so far. Basically what happens when you place carboxylic acid in water, it basically dissociates that, okay, because of they lose an H plus which is being accepted by water molecule, and so it will be converted into carboxylate ion and hydronium ion. This H plus will be accepted by water. So this carboxylate ion, since it is losing a H plus, we consider it as acid. Anything which loses an H plus is basically considered as acid in water. Okay, so this carboxylate ion is stabilized by a resonating structure. These two are equivalent resonating structures, and this is we call resonance hybrid. Okay, since there is an equilibrium between the dissociation, if you write the equilibrium constant, this is expression for the equilibrium constant. What is the expression? It is the product of concentration of products upon product of concentration of reactant. Here these two are constant. What is the water as well as the equilibrium constant are constant. Since we have taken excess of water, it will be taken to the, okay, LHS of the equation, and these two will become a new constant, which is we call as Ka, where K equilibrium is the equilibrium constant, and K is called acidic dissociation constant. This acid dissociation constant tells us about the acidic strength of the acid. Greater the acid dissociation constant, greater is the acid. That means it will have the greater tendency to the lose H plus ion. Okay, basically these Ka values are expressed in a negative power of the 10. So for the conveniency of expression of these values, we will express the acidic strength of the acids in pK values. PK is nothing but the negative log of Ka. Okay, and the acidic strength generally inversely proportional to the pK. Right. Basically what happens, pK values and nature or acidic strength, we call nature of acids. Acids having, if the pK value is less than 1, okay, they are considered to be strong acids. What they are considered? Strong acids they are called. All mineral acids such as HCl, H2SO4 basically consist, okay, pK value less than 1. If the pK value is between 1 to 5, they are called as okay, moderately weak acids. Okay, if the pK value is in between 5 to 15, they are called as weak acids. What they are called? Weak acids. If the pK value between, if it is greater than 15, they are called as highly weak acids, even more further weak acids. Okay, now, right, one thing comes that carboxylic acids, okay, basically mineral acids. If you want to say that mineral acids are strongest acids, among both organic and inorganic acid. For example, if you take HCl pK value is -7 it is. Okay, HCl having a pK value of -7. Right, now all this HL, H2SO4, this HNO3, okay, this HCl, okay, HI, these are found to be strong acids whose pK value lies less than 1. Okay, and basically if you are talking about carboxylic acids are weaker acids than mineral acids. If you compare the strength of carboxylic acids with HCl or H2SO4, they are weak acids. But carboxylic acids are okay, stronger acids. If you are speaking stronger acids, then phenols and alcohols, basically we can say they are strongest organic acids that we have studied so far. Okay, whatever the acids we have studied so far in organic chemistry, among those acids, okay, carboxylic acids are strongest acids. If you want to write a general decreasing order of acidic strength, I am talking only about the organic compounds. These are not organic compounds, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. These are the strongest acids. Okay, they are speaking, you need not to by heart the pK values, any pK value you need not to by heart. Okay, in book they might have given some pK values. If you compare them, you will come to have an awareness to what extent they are strong acid, to what extent they are weak acid. Nowhere you are going to ask about the particular pK values. You just have to have the criteria relatively which is strong and which is less when you compare two acids or more than two acids. That is all you needed to understand. Decreasing order of okay, acidity or acidic strength of organic acids. What are we have studied so far? Among those, if you write the decreasing order, okay, carboxylic acids carboxylic acids are strong, followed by phenols, okay, followed by methyl alcohol, followed by water, followed by alcohol. This is the decreasing order, okay. This is alcohol, okay. Methanol is also alcohol, but the acidic strength of methanol is greater than water, but acidic strength of alcohol is weaker than water, okay. So these carboxylic acids are found to be strongest organic acids, okay. If you compare here, the carboxylic acid even more acidic than the phenols. Let us try to understand the reason why carboxylic acids are more acidic than the phenols. If you see the resonating structure of carboxylic acids, okay, the reason for more acidic nature of carboxylic acids than phenols, okay. So let us try to see their corresponding conjugate base. Suppose if this is you are calling as carboxylic acid, when it loses a H plus, you call it as, okay, if this is, why you are calling it as acid, since it is losing an H plus, this is considered to be acid, and this will be called as conjugate base. This is called conjugate base. Suppose if you are talking about the phenol, this is phenol, okay, and what is this? This is we call phenoxide ion. What do you call it as? This is we call phenoxide ion, okay. This is conjugate base. This is also what? Conjugate base. This is what? Carboxylic acid, right? This is we call, what we call it as? Carboxylate ion. And what do you call it as? This is phenoxide ion, we call it as. What do you call it as? Phenoxide ion, we call it as. Now if you look at these two, if you want to compare their acidic strength, you need to compare their, okay, stability of the resultant conjugate base, okay. Basically if it has to be more acidic, the equilibrium has to be more towards the right side, okay. That means it has to have the tendency to convert into carboxylate ion, okay. So it will, when the conjugate base is more stable, it readily loses a proton and gets converted into corresponding conjugate base, okay. When you look at the carboxylate ion, this carboxylate ion is getting stabilized by, okay, two equal contributing resonating structure. What are these two? These two are called as equivalent, what they are? Equivalent resonating structures, okay, in which the negative charge is present on more electronegative oxygen, okay. In both the resonating structure, the negative charge is present on only on the oxygen, but if you look at the phenoxide ion, in the phenoxide ion, okay, it is not having equivalent resonating structure. It has several resonating structure which are not equivalent. When you call a resonating structure as equivalent structure, when there is no difference between the resonating structure, you call them as equivalent structure. But all these resonating structures are not equivalent, so these are called non-equivalent resonating structures. In the resonance, you might have studied that, okay, if you remember, okay, equivalent resonating structures are more stable than non-equivalent resonating structure. This is the resonance of, what is this? This is the resonance. These are what? Non-equivalent, okay, equivalent resonating structures, okay. So first reason for the more acidic nature of carboxylic acid is that since the conjugate base of carboxylic acid is more stable than the corresponding conjugate base of phenoxide of phenols. Why? What is the reason for the more stability? Because the carboxylate ion is getting stabilized by two equal contributing resonating structure. Moreover, okay, and the negative charge is present on the more electronegative oxygen. And in case of phenoxide, they are not having equal, even though the number of resonating structures are more, but these are non-equivalent resonating structures. There is a difference between the structures, and moreover, here the negative charge is present on less electronegative carbon. It is getting dispersed between the carbon, and if you see negative charge is at carbon, here it carbon, here it is also at carbon. But here if you see the negative charge in both the cases, it is at the oxygen, okay. Basically, resonating structure with the negative charge present on more electronegative atom will be more stable when you compare with the negative charge present on less electronegative atom. As you know that the carbon is less electronegative than the oxygen, so because of these two reasons, okay, due to the presence of equivalent resonating structures and presence of negative charge on oxygen, that is more electronegative atom, the carboxylate ion is more stable, okay. Since it is more stable, okay, the carboxylic acids are more acidic in nature, okay. This is the reason for the more acidic nature of carboxylic acid when you compare with the phenols, okay. What are the organic acids that we have studied so far? Among those among those organic acids, carboxylic acids are found to be strongest acids. Okay, but even though they are less acidic than the mineral acids, okay, basically these inorganic acids are called as mineral acids, such as H2SO4, HCl, HI, HNO3. These are called mineral acids. Their acidic strength is generally, their pK values in negatives, so they are highly acidic in nature. Okay, hope it is clear so far. This reason is important, which can be asked in the board examination also for the 2 marks question. Write the reasons why carboxylic acids are more acidic than the phenols. What are the reasons? Okay, in carboxylic acid, the conjugate base, that carboxylate ion is stabilized by 2 equivalent resonating structures, and the negative charge is present on more electronegative oxygen only. Right? Now we will see effect of substituent on acidity. Okay, basically what happens? Presence of substitution affects the stability of carboxylate ion. Okay, carboxylate ion. Hence, it affects acidity of carboxylic acids. Suppose this is our carboxylic group. Okay, so here, since this is the carboxylate ion, it is having a negative charge. Okay, so since it is having a negative charge, it will be generally stabilized by electron withdrawing groups. If electron withdrawing group is there, it will try to reduce the extent of negative charge. Okay, suppose if you are having an electron donating group, this is electron withdrawing group, this is electron donating group. Electron donating group in turn donates the electrons towards the carboxylate group. Donation of electrons towards the carboxylate group increases electron density and makes it unstable. And presence of electron withdrawing group, what happens? Decreases the electron density over the oxygen and stabilizes. So what we can conclude, electron withdrawing group, okay, electron withdrawing group decreases electron density on carboxylate group, on COO minus group, and stabilizes groups and stabilizes. Hence, okay, hence what happens? Acidity increases. Okay, electron donating groups, okay, increases electron density on CO minus group, okay, and unstabilizes. Hence, acidity, what happens? Acidity decreases. Right? The acidic nature of carboxylic acid will be directly proportional to the stability of carboxylate ion. If resultant carboxylate ion is more stable, okay, carboxylic acid will be more acidic. Basically, presence of electron withdrawing group, since they withdraw the electrons from the carboxylate ion, they stabilizes it. Electron donating groups will increase the electron density on the carboxylate ion, they makes it unstable, so that what happens? Acidic strength decreases. We will see the general, you might have already studied that what are different minus IE groups and what are different minus M groups. If you want to see the decreasing order of okay, electron withdrawing groups, basically your CF3 is having a more powerful withdrawing nature, okay, and followed by NO2, followed by CN, followed by okay, fluorine, followed by okay, chlorine, followed by bromine, followed by bromine and iodine. It is, this is a general decreasing order. Okay, I'll write the decreasing order of acidic strength of different acids. Okay, this trifluoroacidic acid is found to be strongest acid, followed by what is this? Trichloroacidic acetic acid followed by dichloro acetic acid followed by nitroacetic acid followed by cyanoacetic acid followed by fluoroacetic acid, right, followed by fluoroacetic acid, right. It goes like this. This is the order we generally write. Okay, it will be by formic acid, right. It goes in this manner, followed by, okay, this is a general decreasing order, right. You need not to by heart this order, you just have to have the awareness. Okay, since there are 3 fluorines, we know that fluorine is an electron withdrawing group, presence of 3 fluorines. Okay, this trifluoroacetic acid is found to be more acidic than the trichloroacetic acid. Okay, more the electron withdrawing nature, more will be the acidic nature. This is a general decreasing order we'll write. Okay, now this is about the, basically what is the conclusion? Acidic strength of carboxylic acids is directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups, and acidic strength of carboxylic acid will be inversely proportional to what is this? Electron donating group. Okay, we'll discuss this criteria of how a group affects acidic strength when we discuss the coaching part. There we will discuss how the exact mechanism involved. The exact mechanism we are going to discuss here. You need not to by heart anything out of this. You should have just basically what is the reason for increasing and decreasing order of acidic strength. Okay, suppose if you are talking about the benzoic acid and substituted benzoic acid. Okay, this is we call benzoic acid. Benzoic acid with any electron withdrawing group is more acidic than unsubstituted benzoic acid. Okay, this is we call unsubstituted benzoic acid. Okay, unsubstituted benzoic acid. Okay, and this is we call electron donating group. Okay, this is benzoic acid with electron withdrawing group. This is unsubstituted benzoic acid. This is benzoic acid with electron withdrawing group. This is a decreasing order of acidic strength. What is this? This is decreasing order of acidity of benzoic acid and its derivative. Benzoic acid and its derivatives. I'll give an example. The simple criteria here is that, okay, electron withdrawing group will increase the acidic strength by stabilizing the resultant carboxylic ion. You can take nitro group here, and which will be more acidic than unsubstituted benzoic acid. And if you take this is methoxy group. This is what we call nitro. What is this? Para-nitro, or we can say 4-nitro benzoic acid. And what is this? 4-methoxy benzoic acid. Right? This is an electron withdrawing group. This is an electron donating group. This is a criteria of, basically there is so much criteria behind this. We have an effect called SIR effect. Okay, steric inhibition of resonance we call it as. Okay, because of that there is an ortho effect. Okay, which we are not going to discuss here, which we will discuss in the case of discussion of coaching part. Okay, since it is not covered in the board, we are not going to discuss. Okay, while dealing with the acidic strength of carboxylic acid, the important point to be noted down this is carboxylic acids are weaker acids than the mineral acids such as H2SO4, HCl, and they are strongest acid among the organic acid water we have studied so far. They are the strongest among the organic acid. They are stronger acids than the phenols also. What is the reason for more acidic nature of carboxylic acid than phenol? Because of the equivalent resonating structures and presence of negative charge on oxygen. And when you are talking about the effect of substitution on the carboxylic acid, presence of any group on carboxylic group will affect the stability of carboxylate, and in turn it will affect the stability acidic strength of carboxylic acids. Basically, electron withdrawing groups will stabilize the carboxylate ion, hence they increases the acidic strength of the carboxylic acid. Presence of electron donating groups will increases the electron density on the carboxylate ion, so that what happens, the stability of the carboxylate ion decreases, so that the what happens, acidic strength decreases. Okay, and I have also given the order of withdrawing effect of the different groups. Okay, and we have seen the effect of withdrawing group or donating group in case of benzoic acid. Benzoic acid with electron withdrawing group will be more acidic than unsubstituted benzoic acid, and followed by the benzoic acid with electron donating group. Okay, this makes the completion of the first type of chemical reactions of carboxylic acid, that is due to the cleavage of OH bond, and all these reactions are also considered as reactions of carboxylic acid due to the acidic nature. Okay, right. And I want to make a note that don't worry about the pK values. You need not to by heart them. Because of that only I didn't specifically write the pK values of any acids. Okay, you should only able to compare. Okay, to what extent they are strong acid, to what extent they are weak acids. When you understand the criteria of withdrawing and donating, you will come to know which is strong acid and which is weak acids. Okay, hope it is clear so far, and that's all for today, and remaining will be continued in the next class. Thank you.